Hello everybody, TechnoJock here, back with another Galactic Science. On to episode 13, I believe, if my counting works right, but it rarely does. In the background, you will see a new structure in between all the tunnels and buildings and stuff, and it's because I fancy getting some oxygen storage on the go. At the moment, our oxygen system is just basically going straight from collection into sealing the base, and I thought that a cool structure like this, I might change the texture a little bit. I'm not 100% sold on the texture of this, but as you can see, it is an oxygen cylinder. A gigantic oxygen storage system here, and it's still open at this side because I need to put in the workings of it as yet. But we've got some of the stuff set up with the sealable oxygen pipes, and we'll have an input and then an output. So we've got a bit of a backup should everything all go Pete Tong. I've done a little bit of other work on aesthetics out here, not a huge amount. I capped off the top of the fission reactor there, and I've done a little bit around and about the fusion reactor there, and it looks quite nice from the inside. Other aesthetics, let's go and run inside. Other aesthetics, I've done a couple of things off camera, not a huge amount, didn't want to run off and do a bunch of stuff without you guys, but what I have done is I have made the Ender Energy conduit, or rather I got that from a quest reward, and I made some conduit facades and painted them with this laboratory block thing. So now this, we've got a capacitor bank here as a buffer set up in between. That's connected up with the normal heavy aluminium wire here and charges this up, because these things, of course, remember, can use an awful lot of power if we're using them heavily. So I figured I'd just use the Ender Energy conduit and have a buffer there so we can use them without issue. Trying out these crafting stations as well, they're interesting. They've got a little bit of storage there, and then you can craft some things in there, and you can leave stuff in the crafting window and it doesn't pop out all over the floor, so that could be handy. Shifted this through here to make it sort of a laboratory area. We've got some chemical storage over there, but I need to sort out something with storage sooner rather than later. And then this, yeah, you can see some of the aesthetic work here, but it's not a huge amount of aesthetic work to be done, to be perfectly honest, but everything is happily working away through here. The painting machine for doing those conduit facades I have put through here, just at the end of this row stuff. Nothing vastly interesting going on there. Been doing a bunch of stuff with getting the carbon nanotubes together, so I think it's probably an opportunity for us to make the poly tool. Let's go and do that, because oh, it's in the chemical synthesis machine. Right, let's pop on back through to the atomic lab and make our poly tool, and that'll get another quest done. Chemical synthesis machine, please. Okay, so that gives us a poly tool. Cool. Right. Shouldn't ever need to make one of those ever again. I'm not altogether sure. Yeah, it kind of works. Kind of works just like a pickaxe and everything all in one, really. Not altogether sure if I'm going to use it or if I'm going to continue using the RR pickaxe, because it's pretty good. I am liking that. Now, on to the rest of today's episode. If you recall, in last episode, the power system was starting to struggle, and it's only going to get more struggly as we go on, because we're going to be hanging more and more stuff off of our power system. So I have got a bunch of stuff. I have made a lot of turbines. I've made 50 steel turbines. These are pretty good. If we have a look, the lowest of the tiers is the iron turbine at 100 RF per tick. Next up is the gold, then the steel, and then there's the vibrant turbine. Now we don't really have the resources to be able to make enough vibrant alloy to make 50 of those turbines. So I figured we'll go with the steel ones, and then once we get up to that point, we can make these upgrade kits and swap out the steel ones for the vibrant alloy at that point. So I've got a bunch of stuff, but what are we going to burn in our gas turbine to make the power? Well, I figured syngas. We could just burn methyl methacrylate straight into the gas turbine, but it's not that efficient. But what we can do is we can use the cellulose that we're making here, put it through the syngas generator, and then we can use the syngas in the turbines, and that would be a lot better. So we've already got most of the setup here done for that anyway. So I have gone ahead and made all the stuff, well, most of the stuff that I need for that. We are going to have an item input port to take in the cellulose. We're going to have a fluid intake valve. Are we? Yes, we are, because it needs water as well. So we need to get water into it. Then we need heating chambers and mixing chambers. And then we're going to need a fluid output valve to get the syngas out of that and into our turbine. So let's take all this stuff as well, because there's a couple of things I have yet to make. I have yet to... Where is our dash? What have I done with all of the dash? What have I done with all of the dash? That's lead. That's not helpful. Have I put it in here? I have. Haha, that's okay then. Right, so the two things I haven't actually made are the gas turbine controller and the syngas producer controller. And that is because we need control circuits for these, which needed the dash, which is why we needed to do this in the first place. So I need to make one for the syngas producer and one for the gas turbine itself. So the syngas producer needs pressure valve, iron frames, iron tubing, and redstone iron wiring. And all of this stuff is very, very iron heavy. Pressure valve needs iron and more of these iron tubing. The iron frames need 4 iron to make 2 of them, so you need 8 iron to make the whole lot. This needs iron, you get quite a bit for it, and that still needs iron, although you still get quite a bit for it. But as you can imagine, making all of this stuff took a considerable amount of iron to make. So let's get all of that out of there, and we'll make ourselves the gas turbine controller as well. So let's grab those 2, and there was one other thing that I needed to make, which was the gas mix compressor. And the reason I hadn't made that is because we need the advanced pressure valve, which is a pressure valve with 8 vibrant alloy, and I think I still need to make some more because I only made 10 energetic alloys. So I need to make another 6 of this stuff. And if I go that, and that will cook up nicely, and then I will need the 16 of those, and we'll queue it up. And that will just take a moment. So now I have got the syngas producer, so we're going to need to set this up somewhere here. Now we're going to be getting the cellulose from here, so really I can come down here. I've already got rid of a bunch of the stuff that we didn't need. We can come down here, and I want to put the controller for this. How big's this going to be? It's going to be quite large. I'm going to start putting down the heating chambers and stuff. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. Right, I think I know what I'm doing now. What I want to do for a start, oops, is not do that. What I want to do for a start is I want to make a little pool for water. And I want to do that. And we go one in there and then one in there. Cool beans. And then I can put transfer node there. Break that. Makes our infinite water source. Put our world interaction upgrade there, and we've got our infinite water source. That should be fine for that. And now I can put our fluid intake valve directly on top of that. Excellent. And then I'm going to put our syngas producer controller there. Okay, yeah. So we need mixing and heating chambers. So I'm going to go one like that, one like that, and do something vaguely aesthetic. That is now full up of water. Cool. That's fine. Then I think I just need to continue to do something like this. And just go around like that. Probably need to do another few out in this way. Just build it up a little bit. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can I work my way around here? And then one more in the corner there. Right, that's all of those. And then I need the item input port here as well, because I need to get cellulose from there over to here. So let's get the item input port. I'm just going to put it there. I'm going to shift this around a little bit. And why have we got funny wiring? Shift this wiring around a little bit. Ah, because of that. That's why we've got funny wiring. Okay. Well, I'll worry about that in a little bit. But we should be okay to move this over a little bit. In fact, we're going to move it over a lot of it. Like so. And then we can come to there and there and there like that. Because I want to shift that and use relocators for this instead now. So that's going to go in there. That's going to use that. Perfect. That's fine. And then we're going to come over to here. So out the side and over. That should, yep, fill up nicely. Cool. And that is starting to heat up. So it's got plenty carbon. And there we go, it's heated up sufficiently that it has started making the syngas, and it is making it quite fast. Excellent. The water is keeping up as well. So I was a bit concerned I might needed more than one world interaction upgrade, but no, that's fine. The cellulose, I'm hoping is going to keep up, but yeah, I think that's going to be okay. Once this fills up, it should be okay anyway. And now we're in a position that we can start building the actual go across from here. We can actually start building the actual turbine in a second. I'm going to go up and put this cable back down because we don't want to run into issues where we're running out of power and things when we're in the middle of this. Right, that should be good. Good, excellent, good, brilliant, fantastic, beautiful. Right, that's all good. Now, so we need, oh, the fluid output valve as well. We need to put on somewhere. Where are we going to make the actual turbines go? Because this is going to be quite large. Get the feeling I'm going to have to put it over here and dismantle some of this just now. 50 turbines is going to take up a lot of space. And where did that lever come from? Must have been up there, turning off one of the nodes. Right. Let's get this out the road. Yeah. Right, okay. That's fine. Just need to make sure that things keep connected, even though... There we go. That's fine. That's still connected. Fine, fine, fine. Perfect. That, I don't think, needs to be a hyper-rationing one anymore. It can be what it wants to be. That will keep up nicely. And I need to start doing this, but I don't want to be running out of power because our oxygen system does use an awful lot of power. So I need to keep this running whilst I do it. So what I'm going to have to do is, I think, start making the turbine system down here. But I want to have... start making it, but make it small, and then I'll put the last of the actual turbines in once I can turn this bit off. Bear with me a second. Right, I've shifted things around a little bit here, so we've now got the fluid output valve here. I'm going to put down our gas turbine controller right there, with the fluid intake valve right next to it, and then I'm going to put down the steel turbines here. Just going to start putting them down like that. And I'm going to take a fuel air mixer, put it there. Don't particularly need to see where that is, but now if I put that down there, that's already putting stuff through here, and it's already making 800 RF per tick. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. A lot pretty good, in fact. Right, so now I can actually take some of this apart very quickly and then put stuff together again. So if I go down here, okay, it's not going to do exactly what I was wanting. Let's just take all of this apart. Needs to work. Well, it don't need to work very quickly. We've got plenty of oxygen in our tanks. There's nothing dire that we're working on at the moment. Right, let's get rid of some of these. We can use them elsewhere. Okay. And then we're going to want our power basically goes there. I would quite like our power to be here-ish. Our flux generator output would be there. That'd be quite good, wouldn't it? If we could do that. Got heavy aluminium wire, we'll bring that over to there if we can. Yep, that would work. And let's see if with the rest of these we can make this sensible. Right, let's link everything up so that actually is producing power, which it will now be. Everything else should still be powered now. Or it will be once I go like that. There we go. Cool. And we've got no problems now with power. Excellent. Very pleased about that. Right, let's just place the rest of these down, then we'll get the gas compression thing as well that we still need to make. And that will take care of biz and is in here. I just want to fill in that. Like that. Cool. And then we're going to have 1, 2, 3. Like that, and then we've got the one upgrade to put down. And that should take care of everything that we need power-wise for the next good while. Excellent. So that will continue to supply the methyl-meth acrylate to our tree farm for the time being. I need to do something about that, but that's task for another day. Get rid of some of that. We now have the 16 vibrant alloy that we need for that. And it was that thing. So we need 2 advanced pressure valves, piston, iron tubing. 1 of those. So let's have a look. 1 lot of iron tubing, done. We need... Is that all I've got there? I need to have some iron frames and stuff, which I probably have in here. Yeah, I've got 2 of those pressure valves there. So I need to do that and that. That'll make the 2 advanced pressure valves. Cool. I've got a piston. And I need to make... Oh, we've already got most of the stuff in there. Excellent. So it's a case of that. So that with those and that. Just waiting on that, and we'll be ready in a sec. And now we've got our 2 advanced pressure valves. We should, yep, be able to make our gas mix compressor and plug that into the thingy bob. Just put it there, that'll be fine. And that's making much better progress on its so 5.4 millibuckets per tick. This is making, well, it's not making anything at the moment, but yeah, everything should be fine. That's still got loads of cellulose in it. That's making loads of power. Not that we're using loads of power, and that is capable of making us an awful lot. Carbon consumed per tick, 4 carbon per tick is using, but we've got all of this stuff in here. And it's making 2. We have got loads of power available to us now, which is great because that was a little bit of a concern for me. Right, next thing. Next thing, we'll have to wait for next episode. I've just noticed the time. So until the next time, guys, where I should manage to sort out my oxygen, and then I'm going to have a think about what else we're going to be sorting out. Until then, cheery bye and have a funs.